So GW released 4 new battle force for the 11th edition. Let's review them. So let's start with the Tyranids. Battle force is It has 1 Hive Tyrant, 1 Lictor, 3 Tyranid Warriors, 3 Von Ryan Leapers, Gaunts, 10 Range Gaunts, and of course the 2 Reaper Swarms. It's a good start for an army, for a Tyranid army. It's roughly 500 points, and that's a good start. 168 pounds or 206 euros. That's a bit expensive. So overall for the Tyranid you have 5150 for the Iron, 5150 for the Warriors, 42 for the Leapers, 42 for the Lictors, for the Omogaunt it's 42.2, for the Thermogaunt though it's a bit cheaper, it's 37, and that comes for a total of 266. So that basically makes a 60 euros economy on the battle force. As usual, the Tyranids is pretty much just an annoying horde army. You have a lot of Gaunts, good screening, good shootings. You have the Leapers and the Lictors for the new detachment of the 11th edition, and the Tyrant for overall command point and good Warlord. The Tyranid Warriors are pretty weird. I don't know if they changed it in 11, but that's usually not an include. Even more since you have the new models, the new Scout, and it didn't seem to be the new Scout on this one, so really feel like they have too many edges added on it. But overall, if you just had a Biovore, you have pretty decent army. Like literally just replace the Warriors with the Biovore and it's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent like combat patrol tap-out play for 500 or so points. So they also released another battle force for the Chaos Space Marines, and it's basically roughly the same as the Christmas one. As a Warlord you have a Lord Discordant on a Hellstalker, you have 2 pack of Cultists, you have 10 Legionaries, 2 Obliterators, and 1 Venom Crawler. So yeah, they removed the Rhinos and added the Cultists instead. And well, that's 710 points. That's not too bad. For the price, that's also the same as the Tyranid, is 206 or 160 pound. And once again, that's a good starter army. I suppose with the new edition it might be okay. For the Chaos, you have 64 euros for the Venom Crawler and Obliterators, 2 times 42 for the Cultist, 64 for the Hellstalker, and 55 for the Legionaries. So that comes to a total of 267, and that once again make roughly 60 bucks out of the pack. They released Acadian one for... The next one is the Astra Militarian Battle Force, and look how good it is. The new Armageddon model, it look... wait. Never mind. So the pack is... Acadian Shock Troopers, 10 of them, 2 Field Ordnance Batteries, or just 1 pack of them, a Rogue Aldorn, a Commissar, and a Acadian Command Squad, and a Basilic? Huh? What the fuck? Why did they put this old ass model? Didn't have any good new things to put on the very new box for the Astra Militarum? Like, yeah, it's been so long we didn't have any new model. We might as well put the very old one because, you know, nostalgia, blah, what the fuck? It was the new model. What is wrong with you, Game Workshop? For 206, it's extra meat, honestly. I think that's one of the weakest battle force out of the 4. Like, you barely have any troops. You have 1 tank, so I guess the Rogue Aldorn is pretty cool. But the Basilic and the Field Ordnance Battery, I feel pretty disappointing. It's a really, really good range army, but other than that, like a lot. Like, compared to the Tyranids or the Chaos Space Marine, it feels really disappointing, honestly. The Basilic, so 55 for the Basilic, plus 32.5 for the Commissar, 37 for the Elite Squad of Cadians, 45 for the Field Ordnance, and 82.5 for the Rogalorn. Plus the Cadian troops, which are 42 each, which make a grand total of 294, and that ends up as 88 euros of economy if you take the Battle Force. For the very last one, we have the Necron's Battle Force, or how they call it, the Necron Host. Simple as that. So it contains a Catacomb Command Barge as your warlord, 2 pack of Necron Warriors, a Doomstalker, 5 Flayed One, Scarabs, and some destroyers, so Orphean destroyers, which are pretty cool and pretty neat in my opinion. They look really, really cool. And yeah, for 6 Scarabs, never mind, I cannot count. 6 Scarabs. It feels pretty okay for Necrons, even though, well, it's a good start for an army. It gives you like a pretty solid start. You have like pretty good range, pretty good melee with the Flayed One plus the destroyers. The Doomstalker is a heavy hitter, holy moly. And the Command Barge is not to buy on its own either. That's a pretty solid one. It goes for a total of a bit more than 500 points. It goes for 635 points exactly. And yeah, as they say on the website, that's a pretty balanced force for Necron. It's pretty good starter. If you add just like the Arc and something else, it would be pretty good. So it's really overall a pretty mixed one. Like you have enough French. Necrons are not so specialized in melee, for example like the Ward Eaters who are way more melee, but you have like a good firepower with the Doomstalker. You have the Command Barge, which is pretty nice on its own. Enough force to make a good screening, the Flayed One for controlled objectives, and the Destroyer for melee or any rushing armies. For the Necrons, you have 45 for the Flayed One, 5150 for the Destroyers, 42 for the Doomstalker. The 2-time Warriors is 42 each, so 84, and the Commander is 50. So that makes a grand total of 272.5, which make roughly 60 again. Overall, the 2026 Battle Force are really okay. In terms of value, I would say the Cadian one is definitely first, like the Astra Militarum, just because you get way more pricey mini for 206. But in terms of army building, I think would be the last, sadly. For my part, I'm not gonna buy any of them because I got this Stampede one last Christmas for the Tyranids, and I have too many in my great pile of shame, so But the Chaos one and the Tyranids one are really great to start an army. Even the Necrons one is ridiculously great for the price. So, in my opinion, if you want to go for any, I would recommend any of those 3. Anyway, that's all for me. I wish you an amazing day, and thank you if you guys stay up to this point. See you another time.